Hello everyone. Today I want to do a short video on my experience with OLED and whether you should invest in it or maybe just stay with LED based technology. In my opinion, OLED is superior, obviously. Of course, at the price, many OLEDs cost about 2,000 to 2,500 euros, which is a lot of money for a TV. Obviously, you can buy LED-based screens for give or take already 400 euros, 500 euros, and you already have a very decent display. Display quality has been up the past couple of years. We're no longer sitting with bad displays, bad picture quality. Even sub 200 euro TVs display decent quality. Obviously, when you're looking at the best possible image, you might want to consider OLED. OLED displays display true blacks, and they simply provide the best contrast between blacks and whites, something which LED-based screens simply cannot do. They do get pretty far, it should be said, but really the perfection, the image which comes as close as possible to what you're actually seeing is right now the best with OLEDs. We are also at the point where OLEDs simply provide diminishing returns on year-to-year basis. Some people who are familiar with OLEDs might know that the B6, the C6 and the C7, which I have right here, have pretty much almost identical picture quality, aside from a few tweaks which together might seem a lot, but they're not as huge as the difference between a CRT and an LCD screen. So on that point you might say buying the newest OLEDs does not make a lot of sense anymore, especially considering that the C7 is only a hair better than the C6. In my personal opinion, I do like the OLEDs a lot, disregarding which version you have. For me, a major buying point would be the HDR, which in my opinion adds a lot more than 4K support, because for most people the difference between HD and 4K is minimal unless you're sitting a couple of centimeters from the TV. I even have trouble differentiating between HD and 4K, and I am sitting pretty close to the TV. My seating position is around 2 meters, which is very little for a TV this size, and even I can't see the difference between HD and 4K. HDR is a different story. HDR truly gives you a different viewing experience from traditional non-HDR content. The HDR causes the colors to be accurate and simply be right, whereas non-HDR sometimes has this wrong setup in colors, whereas HDR really looks like you're viewing outside of a window, which is truly amazing to watch, especially with 4K Blu-ray discs. Which gets us to the following subject. OLEDs do provide better blacks, and you'll see this in every type of content you're viewing. But when viewing normal content like your live TV viewing, or simply Netflix, or other types of content on YouTube, you do not take advantage of the TV. You know, this TV is capable of HDR, 4K and other types of things, but most of the content isn't viewable in these formats. So the problem is when you're buying a high-end TV, you will almost certainly have to buy a 4K Blu-ray player to simply make use of of the power of the TV, of the capabilities. So that's a major downside to having a high-end TV. Most of the content simply isn't brought to that level yet. For movie viewing, a 4K Blu-ray player might be amazing because it provides much better picture quality than streaming services. So to kind of conclude the video, if you're not that much into picture quality and you're just viewing things like the journal or just some random TV shows like TLC, then it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't be buying an OLED for that purpose. Simply all LED-based screens, whether they're $200 or $1,200, they'll simply do the job, and the picture quality will be very decent with these displays. However, if you're really into movie viewing and you're someone who's kind of critical of how a movie looks, then the OLED might actually be worth investing in, because blacks are truly much superior than any LED-based screen, and I've tested a lot of them. And the movie experience kind of becomes, especially with HDR content, becomes immersive. You simply start seeing movies like windows instead of a TV you're viewing at. The quality with HDR movies which I have, I can show you a few which I have, just a moment please. It's simply amazing. The content on these 4K Blu-ray DVDs is simply astounding. You're watching these movies and they're simply like watching windows. Especially Life of Pi is a recommendation when buying a 4K HDR player. The Martian is also a pretty good one, and I still haven't viewed The Revenant, but it's on the schedule. But the thing is, when buying more expensive displays, you'll have to invest in more expensive ways to actually view content. And in this case, it's a 4K HDR Blu-ray player, which costs, I got the entry level, which costs about $200 euros. But the problem is, you'll always have to invest some more when wanting to view the top of the line content. Whereas with LED-based screens, it doesn't really matter. Netflix is okay, live TV is okay, all your channels are okay, it doesn't really matter. Even the definition could be a standard definition instead of HD, it doesn't really matter that much. But when you start going up market with your TV and your content, you always have to invest a lot more. Right now I have the Sonos setup, the 5.1 setup, the 4K HDR player, and the C7 TV. Once you're viewing movies, it's amazing, but getting at that point does take a lot of time and a lot of money in this case. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please write in the comments what you're thinking. If you're thinking about buying a LED-based TV, if you're going to buy a TV or OLED for your next purchase, or if you have any other thoughts. And please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. My next video will be online in a couple of days. I post 2 to 3 times a week, so still trying to start up this YouTube channel. So thanks for watching and have a good day.